Welcome, chosen ones. Let's pause and reflect on something powerful. Have you ever noticed how people only recognize the value of a rare gem after it's slipped from their grasp? You don't lose gold while playing with stones. You lose it when you fail to understand its worth. And that's exactly what happened when they lost you. They thought they could walk away without consequence, but little did they know, they were walking away from one of the greatest blessings God ever placed in their lives. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen someone try to act unbothered, only for their eyes to betray the truth? Have you ever sensed regret so thick in the air that even silence couldn't hide it? Right now, the ones who once overlooked you, dismissed you, or treated you as ordinary are sitting in the shadows of their own regret, realizing far too late what they had. The very people who thought they could replace you are now left searching, scrolling through your photos, replaying old memories, and whispering to themselves, "How did I let this slip away?" But here's where the real revelation comes in. They didn't just misjudge your value, they underestimated the divine power that God has placed within you. You were never just an ordinary presence in their life. You were a light, a gift, a divinely chosen one sent for a purpose they never truly understood. And now, as you step into your God-ordained season of elevation, their regret deepens. They thought they could write you off, but God is rewriting your story in ways they never saw coming. And here's what makes this moment even more powerful. You are not looking back. You are moving forward with unstoppable grace, favor, and divine purpose. Comment 777 below if you know God has set you apart for something greater, if you can feel the shift happening in your life right now. And to those who have supported this message through Super Thanks, know that your generosity is deeply felt and sincerely appreciated. May God pour out an overflow of blessings upon you for standing with us in this journey. But stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal next will leave you speechless. We're about to uncover the undeniable truth behind their regret, the depths of their realization, and the incredible transformation God is bringing into your life. Are you ready? Let's get into it. God's chosen ones, they lost you, and now they regret it deeply. At number 1, they mistook your calm for weakness. Their gravest misstep was interpreting your calm demeanor as a sign of weakness. In their short-sightedness, they assumed that your ability to remain composed under pressure, avoid unnecessary disputes, and overlook minor offenses meant they could exploit you. They believed they could disrespect your boundaries, test your patience, and push you to your limits without facing consequences. But how often do people misjudge the still waters, forgetting they run the deepest? What they failed to grasp was that your calmness was not a deficit, but a manifestation of your greatest strength. It wasn't apathy, it was mastery. Your composure was the evidence of someone who understood the power of silence and the wisdom of choosing their battles. Just as Proverbs 17:28 says, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues." You knew there was no need to expend energy on things that didn't serve your higher purpose. Yet, in their arrogance, they misinterpreted your restraint. They thought you were oblivious to the veiled insults, the manipulative tactics, and the subtle attempts to undermine you. Little did they know that your quiet presence was laced with full awareness. You saw every move they made, but chose not to engage. Why waste energy reacting to their schemes when God fights for His chosen? As Exodus 14:14 reminds us, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." Then the inevitable moment came, the turning point when they went too far. Your calm exterior didn't break with anger or outbursts. Instead, it shifted with quiet resolve and graceful detachment. Suddenly, you weren't available to them anymore. Your energy, your insight, your unique presence, all of it was gone. And in that void, they felt the full weight of their folly. What is more disarming than realizing the one they thought they could manipulate had seen through them all along? It wasn't long before the truth dawned on them. Your calm wasn't passive. It was purposeful. You weren't weak. You were deliberate, always a step ahead, always in control. Just like Jesus when he was falsely accused. You held your ground with dignity, choosing when and how to respond, if at all. And now they're left with the bitter aftertaste of regret, realizing they fumbled someone invaluable. How do they sit with the realization that their actions cost them someone irreplaceable? Perhaps they're replaying every moment, every slight, and wondering, how did I not see it? The regret stings deeper because your calmness, which they dismissed, was actually a silent warning. And as they sit in their discomfort, one thing becomes clear. Your calmness wasn't just a reflection of strength. It was the unshakable confidence of someone who knows their worth, grounded in faith, guided by wisdom, and protected by God Himself. What about you? Can you see how your calmness, your quiet strength, is a reflection of divine wisdom? Isn't it comforting to know that even when others misjudge you, God sees your heart and uses every slight, every misstep by others to elevate you further? Number 2, they thought their validation mattered. Their first mistake was assuming that their validation held the key to your significance, as if their approval would unlock your confidence or grant you a sense of value. They believed themselves to be the gatekeepers of your self-worth, the arbiters of your recognition, and that without their nod, you would feel incomplete. But how could they have been so mistaken? How could they underestimate the depth of your inner strength? What they failed to realize is that your worth was never tethered to their opinion. You've always known your value, and their praise, or lack thereof, was nothing more than background noise to your journey. This baffled them. Unlike others who sought their approval, you moved with quiet confidence, exuding an unshakable assurance that seemed almost otherworldly. It was as though you were privy to a secret they couldn't grasp. And in truth, you were. You understood something fundamental that they didn't. True worth isn't derived from external validation. It doesn't hinge on applause or approval from others. Instead, it's anchored in something eternal: your faith, your purpose, and your unwavering belief in the promises of God. As Psalm 139:14 declares, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Your confidence came not from their approval, but from the divine knowledge that you were created with intention and purpose. But they misread this entirely. They thought they could manipulate your sense of self by withholding compliments, offering lukewarm support, or playing mind games to keep you seeking their favor. They wanted you to chase their acknowledgement as though it were a prize worth pursuing. Instead, you surprised them by walking away from their game altogether, uninterested and unaffected. They had set the stage for a performance, only to realize you weren't even in the audience. Now, as they reflect on their actions, the embarrassment sinks in. How could they have misjudged you so profoundly? They thought their validation could elevate or diminish you, not realizing that your worth has always been independent of their influence. They wanted to take credit for your success, to claim they discovered you or helped you shine. But the truth is, your light was never theirs to dim, and your success was never contingent on their recognition. The irony of their failure is glaring. They believed their approval was essential to your confidence, yet now they sit bewildered, wondering why their validation didn't hold the power they thought it did. Their game was one of control, but you were playing a different game entirely, one rooted in divine assurance and a higher purpose. As Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Now, they must confront an uncomfortable truth. Their opinions were irrelevant to your journey, and their attempts to undermine your confidence only revealed their own insecurities. How does it feel for them to realize they were never as important to your story as they thought they were? Does it sting to know that you didn't need their validation then, and you certainly don't need it now? This is the burden they must carry, the realization that your worth was never in their hands, and that their inability to see your value reflects their own shortcomings, not yours. And as they sit with this truth, they're left to wonder how they ever thought they could hold sway over someone whose confidence was rooted in the unshakable foundation of faith, purpose, and God's unwavering love. Number 3. They thought you were replaceable. They made the critical mistake of believing you were replaceable. In their mind, you were merely one of many, someone who brought value, yes, but nothing extraordinary or irreplaceable. This illusion gave them the audacity to mishandle you, take you for granted, or walk away without a second thought. Surely, they reasoned, someone else could step into your role, filling the space you would leave behind. But how often does arrogance blind people to the exceptional until it's too late? What they failed to grasp is that your energy, presence, and impact are entirely unique. You weren't just a participant in their life. You were a catalyst for transformation. Your contributions weren't surface level or transactional. They were deeply rooted in the essence of who you are. Your wisdom brought clarity to their confusion. Your calm steadied their chaos, and your authenticity made the environment feel safe and meaningful. As Psalm 139:13-14 reminds us, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Your uniqueness is divinely crafted, not something that can be replicated or replaced. Now that you're gone, the cracks in their once confident foundation are beginning to show. They're starting to realize that the balance, clarity, and harmony they once enjoyed weren't by accident. They were because of you. It wasn't just anyone who brought peace to their storm and wisdom to their crossroads. It was you. But here's the thing about people who think everyone is replaceable. They only see the rarity of what they had when it's no longer there. Like Esau selling his birthright for a bowl of stew, they undervalued something priceless until it was gone, and now the loss is glaringly obvious. So, where are they now? They're fumbling through connections, desperately trying to recreate even a shadow of what you brought into their life. Every new relationship, every new interaction serves as a pale imitation of the real thing. Yet none of it compares. How could it? True impact like yours comes from a unique combination of gifts, character, and divine purpose, something only God can bestow. As 1 Peter 4:10 advises, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others, as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. You were a faithful steward of those gifts, and no one else can fill that role the way you did? Now they are left with the bitter sting of regret. It's not just the emptiness that hurts, it's the embarrassment of realizing they treated a diamond like a pebble, dismissing something irreplaceable as though it were common. They gambled with something priceless, thinking they could always find another. But instead, they've discovered the irreplaceable nature of what they lost, and they have no one to blame but themselves. How do they reconcile this now? Do they replay the moments when they could have acted differently, wondering why they were so blind? How does it feel to sit with the weight of a regret that lingers, knowing there's no going back? This is the painful truth they must face. They fumbled something divine, something rare, and now they are left to live with the consequences of their short-sightedness. But here's the question for you. Do you see how your uniqueness is not just a gift to others, but a reflection of God's purpose for your life? Isn't it comforting to know that those who mishandle you only open the door for greater things, for God's plan to elevate you in ways that surpass human understanding? As Romans 8:28 assures us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Their loss is your gain, and their regret is a testament to your irreplaceable value. Number 4. They failed to recognize your aura's value. Their greatest oversight was failing to understand the value of your aura, a magnetic force so rare that it transforms the very atmosphere wherever you go. Your energy is not just a fleeting presence or a surface-level charm. It is a deep, innate quality that draws people in, offering them solace, inspiration, and connection. To them, it seemed like charisma, a simple and temporary allure they could take lightly. But how often do people mistake the extraordinary for the ordinary when they don't take the time to truly see? Your aura was never just about external charm or surface-level appeal. It was the energy that brought clarity to chaos, comfort to uncertainty, and light to darkness. It's the unspoken way you made others feel seen, valued, and understood without needing grand gestures or elaborate words. Like the Apostle Paul, whose presence and teachings radiated wisdom and divine truth, your authenticity carried a power that others rarely encounter but deeply crave. As Matthew 5:14-16 reminds us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Your light was unmistakable, yet they underestimated it. They couldn't quite pinpoint what made you different, but instead of pausing to appreciate it, they dismissed it as temporary. They thought your energy was something easily found elsewhere, yet now, in your absence, the reality of their misjudgment is glaring. That unique pull, the magnetic aura they once took for granted, is gone, and they're left grappling with an undeniable void. They've begun to realize that fleeting charisma can never replace the profound depth and impact of your presence. What must it feel like for them now, searching for something they will never find again? They might attempt to fill the gap with shallow connections or distractions, but nothing will compare to what they lost. As Proverbs 4:7 says, "Wisdom is supreme, therefore get wisdom. Though it cost all you have, get understanding." Their lack of understanding cost them dearly, and now they face the consequences of taking your unique gift for granted. Their embarrassment runs deep because they had something extraordinary right in front of them, but instead of cherishing it, they treated it as commonplace. They assumed your light was just another spark, not realizing it was a flame of divine origin. Now they're left chasing shadows, trying to recreate what they dismissed, only to come up empty every time. How do they reconcile the loss of something they didn't value until it was gone? How do they face the truth that your aura wasn't just charisma? It was a rare and irreplaceable gift. Your energy was a reflection of the divine gifts God placed within you, a combination of wisdom, strength, and authenticity that others could feel even if they couldn't explain it. Like the aroma of Christ described in 2 Corinthians 2:15, "For we are to God the pleasing aroma of Christ among those who are being saved and those who are perishing." Your presence was a blessing, a spiritual fragrance that changed lives. Now they are left to reflect on the weight of what they've lost. They thought your energy was just another fleeting spark, but now they see it for what it truly was, a transformative force that elevated their lives in ways they may never fully comprehend. Their regret is a testament to the rarity of your gift, and their loss is a reminder that what is divinely given cannot be easily replaced. For you, this truth is empowering. Do you see how your aura, the light you carry, is not just a gift for others, but a reflection of your unique purpose in God's plan? Isn't it remarkable to know that no matter who undervalues you, your worth remains untouchable because it comes from the one who created you? As you move forward, may you walk confidently, knowing that your presence is a treasure, a blessing, and a beacon of divine light for those wise enough to recognize it. Number 5. They underestimated your resilience. Their greatest miscalculation was underestimating the depth of your resilience. They mistook your silence and grace for weakness, assuming that if they withdrew their support, created chaos, or placed obstacles in your path, you would falter. To them, your success depended on their approval or assistance, and without it, they believed you would crumble. How often do people overestimate their role in someone else's journey, failing to see the quiet strength that drives them forward? What they never understood is that your strength has never been dependent on external sources. It comes from within, a wellspring of determination, faith, and experience. You've faced challenges before, many far greater than anything they could devise, and each time you emerged not just intact, but stronger. As Isaiah 40:29 reminds us, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Your resilience is rooted in something divine, a power they could never comprehend. So, when they tried to sabotage you, they were unprepared for what followed. Instead of breaking, you stood firm. Instead of falling, you rose higher. Their actions, meant to harm you, became the very catalysts for your growth. What they thought would derail you only served to highlight your inner strength. As James 1:2-4 teaches us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Their challenges didn't weaken you, they refined you. Now, as they watch you thrive in ways they never imagined, the weight of their miscalculation is undeniable. They once believed they were essential to your success, a cornerstone in your journey, but you've proven they were merely a temporary chapter in your story, one that ultimately propelled you forward. Their embarrassment lies in the realization that their influence was never as significant as they thought, and their attempts to hinder you have only magnified your power. The obstacles they placed in your path, you turned them into stepping stones. The support they withheld, it became an opportunity to showcase your ability to stand tall on your own. With every attempt to hold you back, they unwittingly contributed to your rise. And now they're left watching from the sidelines, questioning how they could have underestimated someone so resilient, so self-reliant, and so determined. Isn't it fascinating how the very challenges meant to break you became the forge that sharpened your resolve? How does it feel to know that their plans backfired so completely? Just as Joseph declared in Genesis 50:20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Your story is one of triumph born from adversity. Their embarrassment runs deep because they thought they could break you, but all they did was reveal your unshakable foundation. Their attempts to hinder you only showcased the divine strength within you. And now, they must live with the undeniable truth. Your resilience was never theirs to control, and their efforts to sabotage you have only made your success shine brighter. As you reflect on your journey, isn't it empowering to see how every obstacle, every setback, was turned into an opportunity for growth? Doesn't it reaffirm the truth that your strength comes not from external validation, but from the unyielding faith and purpose God has placed in you? Let their misjudgment serve as a reminder of your power and as a testament to the truth that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Isaiah 54:17. Their attempts to hinder you have only strengthened your wings, and now you soar beyond their reach, Number 6. They took your forgiveness for foolishness. They misunderstood your forgiveness, misinterpreting it as naivety or weakness, when in reality it was an act of profound strength. Forgiving them required courage, wisdom, and grace, qualities they couldn't recognize because they lacked them themselves. When you extended forgiveness for their past mistakes, they didn't see it as an opportunity to reflect and grow. Instead, they saw it as an open door to test your patience, mistaking your mercy for a lack of boundaries. How often do people confuse grace with gullibility, failing to grasp the strength it takes to let go? What they didn't understand is that your forgiveness wasn't blind. You saw their lies, manipulation, and disrespect. You were fully aware of the ways they tried to diminish you, yet you chose to forgive, not for their sake, but for your own peace and freedom. As Ephesians 4:31-32 teaches us, get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Your forgiveness wasn't about excusing their behavior, it was about releasing yourself from the burden of their wrongs. But in their arrogance, they believed they could keep pushing the limits, taking your kindness for granted. They thought your forgiveness was a sign of weakness, something they could exploit endlessly. What they failed to see was that your mercy came with boundaries, clear but unspoken lines they should never have crossed. Forgiveness wasn't an invitation to repeat their offenses. It was a one-time gift of grace they squandered with their disregard. Now, they're haunted by the realization that they overplayed their hand. They thought your forgiveness was endless, but it wasn't. When they crossed those boundaries, you didn't retaliate or seek vengeance. Instead, you did something even more powerful. You withdrew. Just as Jesus walked away from those who refused to honor his truth, you quietly removed yourself from their games, leaving them to face the consequences of their actions alone. The loss of access to your presence stings more than any confrontation ever could. They wanted to believe you needed them, but now they see that it was they who relied on you. Their regret grows heavier each day as they grasp the truth. They lost someone who offered them a grace they'll never find again. How must it feel to wake up to the weight of that loss? To realize that your forgiveness wasn't weakness but strength, a strength they could never match. As Colossians 3:13 reminds us, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. You embodied this divine strength, offering a mercy rooted in your unshakable faith. But mercy doesn't mean tolerance for repeated harm, and when they crossed the line, the door closed permanently. Now they sit with the cold reality that your forgiveness was a privilege, not a right. They assumed it would always be there, but now it's off the table, and so are you. They're left to wonder how they could have so thoroughly misjudged someone who showed them such rare grace. How does one recover from losing the kind of forgiveness that changes lives? They'll spend years chasing that answer, but they'll never find it. For you, this journey is a testament to your resilience and divine wisdom. Isn't it empowering to know that forgiveness is your choice, your strength, and not a vulnerability to be exploited? Doesn't it reaffirm the truth that even when others fail to honor your grace, God sees your heart and elevates you for your faithfulness? As you move forward, let their regret serve as a reminder of the strength in your forgiveness and the boundaries that protect your peace. Their loss is final, but your strength will continue to guide you toward greater blessings and deeper joy. Number 7, they never imagined you'd outgrow them. They never anticipated your growth because they had boxed you into a version of yourself that was convenient for them. They thought they knew you, your strengths, your limitations, and the trajectory of your life. In their minds, you were meant to remain within the confines of their expectations, dependent on their approval, and small enough to fit the image they had crafted. But they never considered that the person they thought they knew was only a fraction of who you were destined to become. How often do people fail to see the potential of someone standing right in front of them? What they didn't account for was your evolution. You didn't just grow, you transformed. You broke free from the roles they assigned, shattered the limitations they imposed, and redefined yourself on your own terms. Like the butterfly emerging from the cocoon, your transformation was inevitable. Yet they were too busy underestimating you to see it coming. As 2 Corinthians 5:17 declares, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here." You shed their outdated expectations and stepped into the fullness of your potential. Now, as they watch you rise, surpassing the boundaries they set and the heights they thought unattainable, they're left stunned. Their embarrassment goes beyond your success. It lies in the role they played in trying to hold you back. They realize now that while they were busy underestimating you, you were quietly building the foundation for your breakthrough. How does it feel for them to see the person they thought they knew evolve into someone they can no longer define or control? Their failure to prepare for your growth has left them grappling with a bitter truth. They were never equipped to handle the person you've become. While they clung to their limited view of your capabilities, you were envisioning a life beyond their reach. Where they saw boundaries, you saw opportunities. Where they doubted, you believed. Your faith and determination carried you to levels they never imagined, leaving them behind, stuck in a version of the past where they thought they held power over you. Their embarrassment is compounded by the realization that they could have been part of your journey. They could have supported you, celebrated your victories, and grown alongside you. Instead, they chose to focus on keeping you small, and now they're left watching from the sidelines. Like the story of Joseph, whose brothers sought to diminish him, but ultimately witnessed his rise to greatness. Your growth is a testament to the divine plans that no human can thwart. As Genesis 50:20 reminds us, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done." Now, they're stuck in the past, unable to reconcile the person they once knew with the powerful individual you've become. Do they regret the ways they underestimated you? Do they replay the moments when they could have chosen differently? Their discomfort lies in knowing that the version of you they tried to control no longer exists, and the new you is beyond their reach. For you, this journey is a victory. Isn't it remarkable to see how far you've come, how you've turned doubt into fuel and limitations into stepping stones? Doesn't it affirm that your growth is a reflection of the divine purpose God has for your life? As you rise to new heights, let their misjudgment serve as a reminder of the power of faith, resilience, and the courage to outgrow the expectations others place on you. Their inability to imagine your transformation doesn't limit your potential. It only highlights how far you've soared. Number 8. They projected their insecurities onto you. Their insecurities became a mirror they couldn't bear to face, so they turned you into their scapegoat, projecting their fears, doubts, and shortcomings onto you. Confronting their own flaws felt too overwhelming, so instead they shifted the focus to you. Your confidence, your potential, and your unique qualities, things that should have inspired admiration, became threats to them. Why? Because they saw in you a reflection of everything they lacked but didn't have the courage to acknowledge. It wasn't truly your success that bothered them. It was the uncomfortable contrast it created against their own perceived failures. Instead of taking responsibility for their inner struggles, they chose the path of least resistance. tearing you down. They criticized you without cause, planted seeds of doubt, and tried to make you question your worth. How often do people attack what they secretly wish they could become? Their strategy was simple yet destructive. If they could undermine your confidence, they wouldn't have to confront their own inadequacies. But what they didn't anticipate was your resilience. No matter how much they tried to transfer their insecurities onto you, you refused to accept them. You saw through their manipulative tactics and recognized the real source of their behavior, their unresolved battles with themselves. As Proverbs 26:27 says, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." Their attempts to shake you only revealed the depth of their own fragility. While they remained stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and avoidance, you kept growing. You refused to let their insecurities weigh you down or dictate your path. Instead, you chose to focus on your own journey, rising above their negativity with grace and strength. Like Nehemiah rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem despite opposition, you stayed the course, unwavering in your purpose. "I am doing a great work and I cannot come down." Nehemiah 6:3. Your determination left no room for their distractions. Now they're faced with an uncomfortable truth. Their behavior was never about you. Every insult, every criticism, every manipulative tactic was rooted in their own unresolved struggles. Their embarrassment is twofold. First, they must acknowledge that their attempts to bring you down were a reflection of their own fears, not your worth. Second, they're now forced to watch as you continue to thrive, proving that their projections had no power over you. How must it feel for them now, knowing they spent so much energy trying to dim your light, only to see you shine brighter? Do they replay their actions, wondering what might have been if they had confronted their insecurities instead of projecting them onto you? Their discomfort lies in realizing that while they wasted time on negativity, you were busy becoming everything they feared and more. For you, this experience is a testament to your strength and clarity. Isn't it empowering to know that their attempts to transfer their insecurities onto you only solidified your resolve? Doesn't it reaffirm the truth that your worth is unshakable, rooted in who you are and not in the opinions of others? As Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." Their projections were never your burden to carry, and now they must face the consequences of their actions alone. Their embarrassment, their regret, their lingering discomfort, all of it stems from one undeniable reality. While they remained stuck in their fears, you chose to rise above, unbothered and unbreakable. That's a truth they cannot escape, and it's a victory you'll carry forward with grace and strength. Number 9. They were unprepared for your glow-up. They never saw your glow-up coming because they underestimated the depth of your potential. To them, you were just the earlier version of yourself, someone still learning, still navigating challenges, still finding your footing. They assumed this phase of growth defined you permanently, believing they could overlook you or take you for granted without consequence. How often do people mistake the beginning of a journey for its entirety, failing to see the greatness quietly taking shape? What they didn't realize was that every obstacle, every setback, and every hard-fought lesson was fueling your transformation. Like gold refined by fire, you were being prepared for something extraordinary. As Romans 8:18 reminds us, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." Each trial was preparing you to step into your full power. And now, that moment has arrived. Today, you are unrecognizable in the best way. Your glow-up isn't just physical, it's a complete transformation. Mentally, you've sharpened your focus. Emotionally, you've grown resilient. And spiritually, you've become grounded in your purpose. You radiate confidence, strength, and self-assuredness, leaving them in awe of the person you've become. Their disbelief isn't just about your success, it's about how completely you've shattered their expectations. How must it feel for them to realize they misjudged the very person who had the potential to inspire and lead? Their regret runs deep because they only valued the earlier version of you, the one still in progress, never imagining the greatness you were destined to achieve. They didn't nurture or invest in who you were becoming. They were too preoccupied with who you used to be. And now, as they watch from the sidelines, they're grappling with the weight of their misjudgment. They see now that your glow-up is not just a testament to your resilience, it's a reminder that you don't need anyone's validation to thrive. You did this on your own terms, at your own pace, and the results speak for themselves. Like David standing before Goliath, you proved that the odds stacked against you could never define you. Your victory is not just personal, it's public, and it's powerful. As 1 Peter 5:10 declares, "And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast." Your glow-up is the fulfillment of that promise. Their embarrassment lies in the fact that they could have been part of your journey, but they chose not to see your worth. They only recognized the version of you that was still growing, while you've risen to heights they could never imagine reaching. How must it feel for them to watch you thrive from a distance, knowing they had the chance to walk alongside you, but failed to believe in your potential? For you, this transformation is a victory. Doesn't it affirm that every moment of struggle was preparing you for this season of elevation? Isn't it empowering to know that you didn't need their validation, only your faith, determination, and the grace of God to achieve what you have? As Isaiah 61 declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Your glow-up is more than just a transformation. It's a testament to the power of resilience and divine purpose. While they're stuck regretting their inability to see your potential, you're soaring to new heights, proving that the only validation you ever needed was from within. Let their misjudgment serve as a reminder. Your value is not defined by anyone's inability to see it. It's defined by the greatness you were always destined to achieve. Number 10. They thought you'd always be accessible. They assumed your presence was a constant, a guarantee they could rely on whenever it suited them. To them, you were a source of support and energy they could tap into at will, coming and going on their terms, without thought or consideration for your needs. They failed to recognize that your accessibility was a choice, not an obligation. How often do people take generosity for granted, assuming it will always be there without effort or gratitude? For a time you played along, offering your care and energy without hesitation. You were always available to listen, to help, to show up when they needed you most. But over time, something changed. You began to see their selfish patterns, the way they took without giving, and treated your presence as an unlimited resource. Slowly, it dawned on you that your time and energy aren't infinite. They are gifts, and not everyone deserves them. As Matthew 7:6 advises, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces." You realized that continuing to give without boundaries was diminishing your worth. When you finally stepped back, when you stopped making yourself so accessible, they were blindsided. They had relied on your availability without considering that it could ever change. Now, the absence of your presence is louder than any of their assumptions. The void you left behind is a stark reminder of how much they took for granted. They didn't just lose a source of support. They lost the privilege of your care and energy, and it's a loss they're struggling to comprehend. Their embarrassment is rooted in the audacity of their assumptions. They treated your generosity as a given, failing to see that your time and energy were gifts, not entitlements. Now, they're left scrambling, trying to adjust to a reality where they no longer have easy access to you. They're forced to confront the truth that their behavior, taking without reciprocating, has cost them dearly. How does it feel for them now, realizing they mistook your kindness for permanence? Do they regret their actions, or are they too stunned to even process the full weight of their loss? As they reflect, they're faced with the uncomfortable truth. What once seemed unconditional is now gone, and they only have themselves to blame. For you, this shift is empowering. By withdrawing your accessibility, you've reclaimed your worth and set boundaries that protect your peace. Isn't it liberating to know that you no longer have to pour into those who fail to reciprocate? As Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. This was the season to prioritize yourself, to recognize that your presence is not a resource for others to exploit. Now, they're left to wonder how they ever mistook your generosity for something permanent. Their regret is a reminder that not everyone deserves access to your light, and those who take it for granted ultimately lose the privilege. Let their mistake be a lesson for the future. You are not obligated to be accessible to those who fail to value you. Your time, your energy, your presence are treasures meant to be shared wisely, and you are stronger for knowing when to protect them. Number 11. They thought you needed them to succeed. They believed they were indispensable to your success, assuming their support, resources, or validation were the foundation of your progress. Whether it was their expertise, connections, or influence, they were convinced you couldn't reach your goals without them. To them, you were dependent on their guidance, basking in the illusion that they held some essential key to your future. But how often do people overestimate their role in another's journey, failing to see the strength and determination quietly driving them forward? Here's the truth they failed to grasp. You never needed them to succeed. Your progress was never contingent on their approval or resources. Every milestone you've achieved is a testament to your inner strength, talent, and relentless ambition. Like David standing before Goliath without the armor Saul offered, you knew your success wouldn't come from relying on someone else's tools. As Psalm 27 reminds us, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. Your faith and your work ethic were always more powerful than anything they could offer. While they basked in the illusion of their importance, you quietly built your path with your own hands. Every step forward was fueled by your discipline, resilience, and refusal to let anyone define your limits. You showed them that success doesn't require external validation. It requires an unshakable belief in yourself and the courage to keep going, even when others doubt you. Now, as they watch you rise, they're grappling with the uncomfortable truth. The resources they believed were essential to your success were never the determining factor. They were distractions compared to the power you carried within you. They underestimated your ability to create something real, something extraordinary, without their involvement. Their disbelief stems from their realization that you've surpassed even their expectations, proving their perceived importance was an illusion. Their embarrassment is undeniable. They thought they held power over you, but your independence shattered that illusion. You've shown them that while they may have been a part of your story, they were never the author. Your success is a testament to your unwavering focus and determination, not their contributions. How does it feel for them now, realizing they misjudged your potential so profoundly? do they replay the moments when they thought you'd falter, only to see you thrive without their help. Their regret is rooted in the fact that they thought they were essential, only to discover they were never the key. They were just a minor detail in a bigger picture you were already creating. For you, this journey is a reminder of your strength and purpose. Doesn't it affirm that your success is a reflection of your faith and hard work, not the validation of others? As Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." Your achievements are rooted in divine empowerment and your own determination, not in the fleeting support of others. Let their miscalculation serve as a testament to the power of believing in yourself. While they're left reflecting on their misplaced assumptions, you're moving forward, proving that your success was never theirs to control. Your story is one of resilience, independence, and a vision that continues to rise above every limitation they thought they could impose. Number 12. They never believed you'd walk away so easily. They assumed you'd stay forever, bound by the connection they undervalued and the loyalty they took for granted. They believed they had a hold on you, that no matter how little effort they made or how poorly they treated you, you'd always be there, tethered to the relationship by obligation or fear of loss. But how often do people mistake kindness for dependency, assuming they hold power over someone who's quietly planning their exit? What they didn't see coming was your willingness to walk away, and not just walk away, but do so with ease. When the moment arrived, there were no dramatic farewells, no pleas for reconciliation, no lingering emotions to keep you tied to them. Your detachment was so complete, so decisive, that it shook them to their core. It wasn't just that you left, it was the grace and simplicity with which you did it. As Proverbs 4:23 advises, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." You had already safeguarded your peace long before you physically walked away. They miscalculated your strength, believing you would hesitate, second-guess yourself, or cling to the relationship despite its imbalance. But your actions revealed the truth. You had outgrown the dynamic long before they realized it. Like the Israelites leaving Egypt, you didn't need to explain your decision or justify your departure. You simply walked into the freedom you knew was waiting on the other side, trusting that God had something better in store. Their shock stems from their inflated sense of importance. In their eyes, they were irreplaceable, the center of your world. But your ability to move on without a backward glance exposed the truth. They were far more dependent on you than you ever were on them. How does it feel for them now to realize they weren't the pillar they thought they were, but merely a fleeting chapter in your story? The detachment you showed wasn't an act of coldness, it was the result of clarity. You recognized that holding on to the relationship wasn't worth sacrificing your peace, your joy, or your growth. As Ecclesiastes 3:6 reminds us, there is a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away. You knew the time had come to let go, and you did so without hesitation. Now they're left grappling with a bitter realization. The connection they assumed was unbreakable has been severed, and the person they thought would always stay is no longer within their reach. Their embarrassment is rooted in the recognition that they misjudged you entirely, believing their presence was indispensable while treating yours as an afterthought. How must it feel for them to sit with the reality that the one they thought needed them most is thriving without them? For you, walking away wasn't just an act of self-preservation, it was a declaration of your worth. Doesn't it affirm that you're no longer willing to settle for relationships that drain you or fail to honor your value? As Isaiah 43:18-19 reminds us, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing." Your departure was a step into the new, leaving behind the old with no regrets. Let their disbelief serve as a reminder of your strength and clarity. While they're left questioning how they let you slip away, you're moving forward, free from the weight of their assumptions. Your walk away wasn't just an end. It was the beginning of something greater, a testament to your courage and a reflection of the boundless possibilities that await you. What's even more humiliating for them is that your departure was completely unforeseen. They never considered that you might walk away because they took your loyalty and availability for granted. In their mind, your devotion was unconditional, a constant they could always rely on without effort or reciprocity. Now, they're left with a bruised ego, grappling with the harsh truth. They were never as essential to you as they thought. The strength you demonstrated in walking away didn't come from their approval or support. It came from within. This realization is a bitter pill they'll have to swallow for a long time. They overestimated their importance in your life, failing to see that your independence, resilience, and self-worth were the true sources of your power. Like Samson's strength, which didn't truly lie in his hair, but in his divine purpose, your strength was never tied to them. It was something deeper, something they could never control. Their shock isn't just about your departure, it's about how effortlessly you did it. You didn't plead, argue, or fight to hold on. You left with grace and certainty, making it clear that you understood your worth in a way they never did. As Matthew 7:6 warns, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs." You reclaimed your sacred energy, refusing to let it be misused any longer. Now, they're stuck in the aftermath of their own miscalculations. They're forced to confront the reality that the things they believed made them indispensable, their support, attention, or influence, were far less significant than they imagined. The irony is glaring. The very traits they thought made them essential only revealed how dispensable they truly were when you moved on without them. Their regret is undeniable because it's rooted in their own failure to see your value. They assumed your success was tied to their validation, that you needed their presence to thrive. But you've shown them that your journey was never dependent on anyone but yourself and the unshakable faith that carried you through. As Philippians 4:13 reminds us, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." Your achievements are a testament to your divine purpose, not their fleeting influence. In the end, the truth is clear. They fumbled you because they never truly understood your worth. They believed you'd always be available, that you needed them to succeed, and that your loyalty was unconditional. But you proved them wrong. Your departure wasn't just a loss for them, it was a lesson. And while they're left to wrestle with their regret, you're free, thriving, and stronger than ever. A living reminder that your value has always been yours to define. Your glow-up, resilience, and unapologetic independence have left them reeling. They're haunted by the realization that they never truly saw you for who you are. In their arrogance, they failed to appreciate your worth when they had the chance. And now, as you thrive without them, their regret is palpable. But you're far too busy stepping into your power to glance back at the chaos they're sitting in. Their egos are bruised because they never imagined you could shine so brightly without their validation. They assumed you needed their approval to succeed, but you've proven that your success is rooted in something far more powerful: your strength, your vision, and your relentless drive. As Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Your rise was always part of a divine plan, one they were never meant to control. You walked away not out of weakness, but because you recognized your worth and refused to settle for less. You knew that staying would only diminish your light, and leaving was the ultimate act of self-respect. It wasn't about handling them, it was about knowing you deserved more. And the moment they underestimated you, was the very moment you began your ascent. Now, as they watch you thrive, they're left grappling with the shadow of your brilliance. They underestimated your resilience, your independence, and your ability to transform setbacks into stepping stones. Every success you achieve is a reminder of what they lost, and a testament to the power of self-belief. How must it feel for them to see the person they overlooked rise so far above their expectations? Their regret is a heavy burden, but it's no longer yours to carry. Your journey is proof that your worth isn't tied to anyone's opinion or validation. As Philippians 1:6 affirms, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." You're thriving because you trusted in yourself, in God's purpose for you, and in the strength you've always had within. Let their underestimation be a footnote in your story, a reminder of how far you've come and how brightly you now shine. While they're stuck in the past, questioning how they let you slip away, you're boldly stepping into your future, leaving their doubts and limitations far behind. You've proven that their lack of belief in you only fueled your brilliance, and now they'll forever live in the shadow of the greatness they failed to see. In the end, the truth cannot be denied. They underestimated you because they never truly understood your worth. They mistook your kindness for weakness, your forgiveness for passivity, and your loyalty for dependency. They couldn't see that every setback you faced was preparing you for a glow-up they never imagined. But now, your resilience, independence, and unwavering determination have left them stunned, forced to confront the reality of their misjudgment. You have shown them and the world that your strength comes from within, and your success was never tied to anyone but yourself and God's divine plan for your life. This journey is not just about proving others wrong, it's about embracing the person you were always meant to become. Your ability to rise above challenges, walk away from what no longer serves you, and thrive despite the doubts of others is a testament to the power of self-worth, faith, and perseverance. You've reclaimed your light, and now it shines brighter than ever. Let this be a reminder to everyone watching: no one else defines your value, your success, or your destiny. That power lies with you and the one who created you. If this message has touched your heart, I want to encourage you to stand firm in your journey. Whether you're navigating self-discovery, setting boundaries, or overcoming the doubts of others, know that you are not alone. Your story is still being written, and your best chapters are yet to come. Keep moving forward, keep trusting God's purpose for your life, and keep believing in your own potential. The very things others use to underestimate you may be the fuel for your greatest victories. If you feel inspired by this message and would like to support this channel, consider donating through Super Thanks. Every donation helps us continue spreading messages of hope, empowerment, and faith to those who need it most. And even if you choose not to donate, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. Your presence here means the world, and you are a valued part of this community. Thank you for watching, engaging, and sharing in this journey with us. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Leave a comment below and let us know how this message resonated with you. Your thoughts and stories have the power to inspire others and build a stronger community of faith and encouragement. Together, we uplift each other and remind the world that resilience and strength are rooted in faith and self-belief. As we close, I want to pray blessings over you and your life. May God continue to guide you, strengthen you, and bless you abundantly in every step of your journey. May you walk boldly into your purpose with the confidence that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Remember, the best is yet to come, and no matter what challenges arise, you're equipped to overcome them. Stay blessed, stay confident, and never stop shining your light. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next message.